And, we started with about 23 guys on a cold December day in 1963, and have built to this, but we've had many bumps in the road along the way, a lot of learning experiences that we've had to have. When I joined the chorus, I was 11 years old, and we probably still had about 25 guys, and we're working really hard, but, I think maybe the lowest point that I can remember as a competitor with this chorus was a while back when we went to the small chorus competition, which used to happen in the spring in the Central States District. All the small choruses would compete against one another, and we had the distinction of coming in last place in that competition.
Wow.
So we figured changes probably need to be made. Enter David Wright. And boy, changes got made immediately. David started changing the culture of our chorus. And I guess that's what I really want to talk about, is the cultural shift. I think that for a chorus to become successful, every chorus has its culture. We wanted to build somehow, some way, a culture that would make us, I think, a strong competitive chorus. But along the way, I think along that road, we started realizing that it's more important than becoming a strong competitive chorus is just becoming a strong musical chorus. And that began to be the thing that really, really and Kanasan is from Germany, so it's going to be a long time. So they drove our chorus. I mentioned that I have a PhD. I'm really, it was an online degree, as Brandon. So anyway, that drove our chorus. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the culture. The one thing I do want to talk about, we were talking about what could our chorus offer people that maybe not a lot of people do, or the majority do, that we feel like is very important to our development and to our success. And I think one overriding comment that I would make is, as one who does go around, I see choruses, not only barbershop choruses, but choruses and choirs and ensembles of collegiate, high school, community choruses. I work with a lot of them and see a lot of them in action. And one interesting thing that I guess I see all the time is all of us get started with music, we're probably singing this chorus because at some point in our lives, a musical experience changed your life in some maybe small or even big way. How many of you have had a life-changing experience with music? Yeah, well, a lot of us have too, and I definitely did. And it instilled that love in me, for that sort of thing. And then there's this blessing and curse that happens, which is because you've had that experience and you want to learn about music, you learn so much that you kind of lose your first love, in the sense that you get up in front of the chorus and all of a sudden it becomes about these technical things. Move it faster, brighten the ah vowel, get slower here, get stronger here, and all these things that we do. And I notice so much of the time, quartets do this, and also chorus directors do this to the chorus, where they're rehearsing a song, and it's just about, you've got to do this. Okay, guys, move this along, arch the phrase, sing that ooh with a little bit more, whatever, form the vowel. And how do people remember all those things? If you think about a phrase in a piece of music and all the stuff that your director has told you to remember, normal people, which most directors are not, they can't remember those things. And we lament, why don't we have more guys coming to our rehearsals on a weekly basis? Why do the guys forget from week to week what we just told them the week before? Where's the energy in our rehearsals? Why do we have so much trouble getting guys to emote and do things with their faces and all those things? And here's what I've discovered. Music, the love of music, is something in the heart. For most people, even more than it's in the head. Especially when you're dealing with musicians who are not primarily professional musicians. How many people who make a living at music are up on these risers right now? Yeah, that's it. Okay. So some of these guys are music teachers, or make learning tracks or things like that. And what we started realizing is that music has to be something about, what was the word you said, Tim? Sincerity. Sincerity in music. I think people will want to come back if they're having life-changing experiences at rehearsal. We want the audience to have a life-changing experience when we sing. But we can't give the audience a life-changing experience if we don't know what that feels like ourselves. And so we know that there are choruses who sing technically perfect. Have you ever heard a quartet or chorus that sings technically perfect but kind of leave you, you just go, you're in your head, you're like, yeah, I get that. That's, you understand. And on that level, you can really appreciate it and even be moved by that. But then all of a sudden, enter a chorus or a quartet that does all those exact same technical things, but there's a level of heart there. That's the chorus, the kind of chorus or quartet that when I hear them, I'm very moved by that group, very moved by that group. And that's what I guess I wanted us to start to do. And so that's what we kind of infuse our rehearsals with, and I think it's been a strong thing for us, because one thing I'm proud of with our chorus is that, we're not a competition chorus. Obviously, we work very hard for competition. We see that as an important part of what we do. It's a motivator, and it's all those things. But if you came to our chorus rehearsal, I can say this unequivocally, and any of you can test it by coming, we invite you to come, even on an off year of contest, you'll see about this many guys on the risers all year round. I know that there are some choruses that drop off, and then when they get ready for contest, all of a sudden things grow. That's not the way our chorus is, and it hasn't been for many, many years. And I think the secret is because we're about making great, heartfelt, sincere, honest music. That's what gets us pumped up. The competition is wonderful, it's fun, it motivates us, and we want to win when we're in the contest, no question about that. We do, but more important than that, we just want to make great, significant music. That's what we're looking for. We love our shows just as much as the contests. They're just as important. I'm talking too much already. So let me show you an example of what I mean. So if we were going to take a ballad that we sang called No Other Love, do you want us to sing a song first?
Yeah!